an effort to try to get you involved early in the passing game. How'd that feel to have that happen and then to come through?
Yeah, it felt good. I had a few plays, that I knew I was getting the rock in the opener, so I was able to go out there and execute for the most part. I had that fumble early on in the game, but I was able to bounce back after that.
The first two games, I know some plays maybe were supposed to go to you, but they end up not or whatever. I know it's not as easy as just what the stats say, but I mean, how just to get more involved and kind of be the part that you probably thought and fans and everybody thought you'd be involved here in Game 3. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it felt good. I really could show what I can do in the pass game. Obviously, you guys have seen what I can do in the run game, but I was able to get out there and show what I can do for the team in the pass game. And I think I'm gonna have a big role going forward in the pass game as well. There's a ton of stuff that I can clean up, top of the routes, and a few situations where I could have made the play. But other than that, yeah, I feel good that I was able to get out there and execute in the pass game.
Not to say you're going to get 7 catches a game, but are you a guy that thinks you hopefully can be in that 4 or 5? Maybe be a serious part of this offense in the passing game every week?
Yeah, I think it depends on the team. 4 to 5 catches a game, would be my goal. But versus Washington State this week, we got to pound the rock against them. Their defenses.
You mentioned the fumble, and obviously the next play up mentality is huge in this program.
Yeah.
I asked Dirk Cutter yesterday. Is that something that you get with as you get older and you get have more experience? He wasn't sure. Is that just something that you find develops over time?
We take, a huge responsibility in ball security. So, when I caught that ball and turned up the field, he laid his hat right on the ball. And, after that, I was, really ticked off because, I take a lot of pride in that. And I'm one of the players, they highlight, in the team room when we go over ball security stuff. So, that's my fault. I'm going to get that fixed and cleaned up. But moving forward, yeah, it's good to have that experience in a game like Portland State. So,
did coaches say anything to you afterwards, or did they just know that yeah, you'll get it fixed?
Yeah, Coach Potter didn't call on the phone screaming or anything. He knew I was going to get it fixed. I was going to bounce back, and those guys up in the booth have full faith in me, and they gave me the ball after that, and you were able to see what I can do with it. So.
Hey, sorry, Matt, but Dirk said that he was going to emphasize getting you the ball against Portland State.
Mm-hmm.
What did that mean to you, and what was your just kind of interpretation of that?
It just shows he has a lot of respect for me, and he was able to set me up in situations where the coverage favored me, and I just had to go out there and make the most of my opportunity. That 91 could have easily been 160 something if I really took advantage of it. And going forward, I think I'm going to do that. So.
It was like 2 weeks ago where I don't even know, you might have had one catch and Dirk brought you up.
Yeah.
What is your relationship like with Dirk, and clearly he believes in you?
Yeah. As soon as he came in here, he told me that, in the past we haven't used, tight ends, to their potential. And he said he was, going to get me a certain amount of touches a game. And being the offensive coordinator he is, I was excited. I believed, in my ability to go out there and make plays. And when my number is called, I just got to, go out there and make the play.
So what was if he tells you want to get you a certain amount of touches a game in those first 2 games, the touches weren't really there. So what's your reaction? What's the dialogue?
Yeah, I think on, the first 2 games, I could have easily had 80 apiece with a touchdown, but Mad Dog didn't see me sometimes. The read didn't go my way, and I'm not going to get too frustrated about it. I'm just going to do my job, and that comes down, being a good blocker in the run game, and I was able to do that the first 2 games, and it's awesome because the first home game is really where I showed everyone I can be very good in the pass game.
Yeah, what's it feel like? Kind of to get to be the star of the show. This was absolutely packed, as you saw. There wasn't an empty seat, dude.
Yeah.
Just the adrenaline. What's that like?
Bronco Nation's great, but being able to come out here and do what I do is also a good thing as well. When it comes to the game time, it's really just executing your role and doing it in front of Bronco Nation. It kind of hit me after the game that I had like a really good game or whatever, but I was just able to go out there and do exactly what I do in practice. So.
What do you make of Washington State's defense?
I think they're pretty good. We've only watched a little bit of film on them. We're going to get to them, throughout the week. They got a very talented end, and they got a very talented corner. So I think our run attack is really good, and I also think our pass game is good. So it's going to be, a good matchup. I think our offense versus their defense. I think our offense, is very explosive, and we're going to do a good job. Now it's just, about our defense going out there and executing their job.
Spencer Danielson said, and I quote, "Matt Lauter is a matchup nightmare." What's he talking about there? Why are you a matchup nightmare?
I think the reason, he says that is because, if you put a corner against me, I'm going to outsize him. You put a linebacker against me, I'm going to outrun him. So I'm able to, make plays down the field because of my matchup against corners and linebackers. And, I'm grateful for that. And now I just have to keep growing from it and learning.
What kind of mission are you on, Matt?
Yeah. The first 2 games, I was being a team player. Third game hit, I can make plays in the pass game. Mad Dog now has trust in me, so, now my confidence is up, and it's just about getting out on the field, executing my job, and hopefully, getting those stat lines just higher and higher and higher, and seeing what I can do as a tight end, and, throughout this conference and throughout the country as well. So
you said that at times, coaches point out your ball security and film and stuff like that. How do they point out like one of your run blocks? The first 2 games.
Yeah, I think Coach D, when we get in our team meeting, he shows the respect towards me and my run blocking, and he was telling the team the ball's going to come my way, and it happened last game, and now it's just staying consistent with that and having that faith between me and Mad Dog that I can go out there and make those plays. Just like Cam Camper can, just like Latrell Caples can. So, I want to be in that top 3 group, and I think Mad Dog knows that as well.
How old were you in 2007?
2007, I was 5 years old.
Okay, so last time, I believe, I'll double check this, but the last time a Boise State tight end had as many catches in a game as you did was the Fiesta Bowl in 2007.
Yeah, I saw that stat. That's pretty crazy. That comes down to, once again, we're talking about it, Cutter having that trust in, my ability on the field. Who was that tight end again? It was
Derek Schumann.
Schumann. Okay, yeah, so very talented dude. So, that stat's pretty cool, but at the same time, like I said, I could have had 160. So let's try to run it up these next few games. You know what I mean?
Washington State's a program that this team's going to get very familiar with in the years to come. Obviously, very close geographically, a lot of alumni in the valley. What can this rivalry be like?
Yeah, it's a huge game for us. Really, we got to come out there, do our job and show who we are as a program. Everyone knows who Boise State is, so we got to come out there. Obviously, we're ranked, and this is going to be, a tough game for us. They're coming out. They're 4-0. They're trying to get that spot too. So, I think having our team just throughout this week know what's coming this week on the blue, and we're going to protect that blue. And they're in the Pac-12 right now, correct? So there's only 2 teams in that right now, but we just signed that deal too. So this is going to be a big rivalry game on the blue, and I think the team's excited for it. But we're just excited to get out there and do our job and hopefully win this game.
Is it a little exciting? I know you won't be here when the conferences really kind of come in, but it's exciting to know that you're kind of starting a brewing rivalry, possibly.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. To be able to come back, after my time's done here too, and be able to watch games on the blue with that Pac-12 logo would be pretty sweet as well. So.
Anything else?
I just got one more. Cameron Bates. You might have had the worst view of it because you kind of threw that guy out the club there. But
yeah.
What did you think of him on that play? The game moves so fast for those kids, and he's cutting it back across the field. I don't know. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that honestly shocked me to look up and see he, cut it back for a touchdown. But, I'm proud of that kid. He deserves, more reps on the field. He's athletic, he's quick, he's fast, and, he's an energetic guy. Now he just needs to take his game, to the next level, and we're excited, to see that out of Cam Bates.
All right, thank you.